even into like episode 9.
Yeah, I know.
And Vicious wasn't even in the show.
Yeah, he was. He was essentially the main villain.
No, they didn't have a villain.
Yeah, they had that big sword/gunfight.
Yeah, no, and Spike died after he...
But Vicious popped up, like, he was in like 5 or 6 different episodes, but, you know, usually just a ton.
He was bigger in the movie, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't even in the movie.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, that was a whole separate thing.
But it was in between episode, 22 and 23? Like, it takes place, like, right before that?
Yeah. It takes place, like, 4 episodes before the end of the series, because, you know, spoiler, Spike dies.
Yeah,
so...
Did you hear they're doing another one?
How?
No, not Bebop, but the dudes.
Oh, well, I mean, they did Shampoo.
And they did Space Dandy.
Oh, that one I didn't know about.
That's them. Yeah, they're doing this new one. That's about, like, a singer-songwriter. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's K-pop stars.
Well, why not? K-pop anime, you know. I'm sure there's 1,000 of those already.
Well, there is, because we have an entire K-pop, like, stanchion next to our anime section. I just think it's racist.
Hi, I'm Big Papa Grump.
And I'm Junior.
And we're at the Board of Doom, and these are our picks and predictions for the 2019 edition of WWE Fastlane. Alright, so we're going to start on the pre-show, and we're skipping the Rusev and Shinsuke versus Biggie and Xavier, because they didn't announce by the time we had everybody's picks put out and stuff, so we're skipping that. We're going right to Andrade versus Rey Mysterio, because that belongs on the pre-show.
No one cares about Rey.
Yeah, well, you know, he still gets a pop, and he's still around, and he's fun to see, and he's in great shape for his age. And
he's like 86.
Yeah, and all this happened, but I'm picking Andrade.
Yeah, same.
So for the Raw Tag Team Championship, we've got the champs, the Revival, versus the former champs, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, versus Ricochet and Aleister Black. Part of me thinks the Revival retains.
Oh yeah, they're probably just doing this to boost up Aleister Black and Ricochet to put them somewhere else.
Yeah,
I think split them up.
Yeah, I think Gable and Roode take the pinfall on that. But yeah, I mean, as cool as it would be to see Ricochet and Aleister Black for some reason win the titles, I don't know how cool that actually would be at this stage. But I'm sticking with the Revival.
Yeah, you put the belt on the Revival to take it away so soon would be kind of.
Yeah, definitely make sure they're leaving.
They haven't had a pay-per-view defense since they won it, so...
Yeah. So for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship, you've got the champs, Sasha and Bayley, I refuse to use their team name, versus Tamina and Nia Jax.
Yeah, okay, Sasha Bayley, I don't even care about this match.
Yeah, I think they retain as well. I don't think they're going to take the belts off of them yet.
If it was like a legitimate team, then sure, but...
Yeah, but I mean, you know, Tamina. The one move Tamina has is basically mimicking her father's leaping splash, and she can't even do that right.
Kick.
Yeah, so
sometimes
I don't know why that's a factor and why I'm not picking her, but you know, hey. Sticking with tag teams, the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship between the champs, the Usos, and the former champs, The Miz and Shane McMahon.
Yeah,
picking the Usos because I think this is whatever happens here is going to be the straw that broke the camel's back and sets up their WrestleMania match.
The waste of Miz's WrestleMania match. Yo, so
well, you know, Shane can still go, and seeing those two, and if Miz actually has an emotional investment in the storyline, he tends to put in better performances. So, you know, I just kind of wish that his feud with Daniel Bryan actually went somewhere.
Yeah, they kind of just completely...
Yeah, it just kind of disappeared.
Yeah,
oh, well. You know it's bad when we're talking about another match that didn't happen, when we should be talking about the match that is about to happen.
Yeah, so Usos, cool.
Yeah. So up next, because why not another tag match, this is the 6-man tag between the newly reunited Shield again, versus what Wrestle Talk calls Baron Corbin's mid-card of evil, which is Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley, and Drew McIntyre. By the way, on a side note, had a conversation with Golden Boy earlier. He actually was making the case that Baron Corbin is the best heel in WWE right now.
No, he says that a lot, so...
Yeah, so...
not much merit behind
I was going... Well, he has gotten better. I don't like his promos, but I mean, he gets genuine heat, so I guess that's a good thing. But going with the Shield, I don't think they're going to have the Shield lose
hey, after
now.
reuniting them in Cancer.
Yeah, I
like
think
he just came back.
Yeah, Roman's not going to take a loss in his first match back from leukemia.
At Mania, but that's by giving him a match.
I guess it depends on who they're wrestling at WrestleMania, but it's not going to be the Shield because Seth is involved elsewhere with some other match. So sure they've got something for him to do at WrestleMania.
Yeah, pretty sure.
But yeah, going with the Shield.
Yeah.
Okay, for the SmackDown Women's Championship, you've got Asuka versus Mandy Rose, who got a surprise win over her via distraction from Sonya Deville, blah, 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 Asuka to retain.
I mean, it'd be cool to see Mandy win, but...
Not this close to WrestleMania, I think, because if you're looking at the draw, Asuka is a bigger draw than Mandy Rose right now. And so you want the belt on Asuka going into WrestleMania, so I don't think they take the belt off of Asuka here.
Hopefully Corey Graves doesn't watch this video.
But the problem is that who's Asuka going to wrestle at WrestleMania, though? Because the original plan, rumored, was Lacey Evans, and she's nowhere near ready, and judging by the fact that they've given her nothing to do than go up and down the ramp. Although... it would be interesting if she shows up and does her ramp thing in the middle of the match and actually distracts Mandy Rose into losing. That would be funny. But
actually, it'd be funnier if she distracts Asuka into losing.
Right, but that would be almost too easy. You know what I mean?
I mean, you still got Deville on the outside.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think she's going to win the belt, but I think Mandy Rose is going to pick up a win.
So you're picking her to win the match, but not the belt?
Either like Asuka chases somebody and gets counted out, or
James Ellsworth shows up dressed as Sonya Deville.
Yeah, pretty much. Or she punches Deville and like the ref disqualifies her, which wouldn't make any sense, but sometimes happens.
Who knows?
Punching managers apparently is a bad thing.
Okay, on to the, I guess, the World Heavyweight Championship match between not Kofi, but Kevin Owens versus the champ, Daniel Bryan. This should be a really good match because it's Kevin Owens and it's Daniel Bryan. You know, you really can't go wrong with those two. I'm not sure I like face Kevin Owens. I've always liked heel Kevin Owens, but
I don't mind it if he does the same thing.
He's doing first of all, he does a pretty good stunner. And he apparently tweeted to Stone Cold, "Hey, look at my stunner," and Stone Cold tweeted back with some, I think Golden Boy was telling me it was a meme of him stunning Scott Hall, and Scott Hall way overselling it. Not quite the Rock levels. But anyways, this one's a little tough. I'm kind of sticking with Bryan to retain because I think that Bryan versus Kofi is the match people wanted to see for this one, and they're pushing it to WrestleMania because of the huge swell of support Kofi got. But Kofi versus Owens at WrestleMania is... Well, somebody got their picks in. Would actually be... that's actually RX Gambler for posterity. I think Owens versus Kofi would be just as good a match, but I'm gonna lean Daniel Bryan, even though I would love to see Owens win it.
I don't know if he's gonna win, but I'm picking Owens because Eric Rowan, so there always could be the DQ.
Yeah, there's that.
So I'm just gonna pick Owens because Bryan's had a lot of good, clean wins recently.
Well, they cryptically were saying, because the New Day were on some ambassador mission to Dubai or something.
Oh, yeah, that was funny.
And they were saying they will be at Fastlane. And they made a point to mention that. They did announce that there was going to be a match, but that match does not involve Kofi. Yeah. So, could Kofi be looking to get... to almost have Owens back when Rowan decides to interfere, and he could help. He could help Owens win. He could attack Owens, but I don't.
Heel Kofi.
I don't. But I don't think they're going to go heel Kofi because heel Kofi versus heel Bryan is not going to have the same
face Bryan.
Right?
Nobody wants heel Bryan.
No, because vegans are evil.
Evil.
Scott Pilgrim proved that.
Oh my gosh.
So
for psychic powers.
And I don't know what the main event's going to be, but at least for me, the one that I'm the most intrigued with is the Becky Lynch versus Charlotte one, because that storyline hasn't quite gotten old yet. If Becky... Yes, we know. Thank you, Chris. I'm not going to either. If Becky wins, she's in the she makes the main event at WrestleMania triple threat. If she loses, she's out. So Becky's going to win. Yeah. Because we all know it's been building towards all that, and especially with what's going on Twitter between her and Ronda.
It's not even like there's anything special if Charlotte wins. It's just you don't have to deal with the triple threat. It's not like, oh, you get to pick the stipulation.
The advantage for Charlotte is that she gets Ronda all to herself.
Well, right, but that's so lame compared to I get in this match. I
think it would have been better if they were going with the winner gets in, but. But they're hedging their bets because I forget which of the many wrestling YouTube channels was like, why is this a triple threat? Because in case one of the participants gets injured, they've still got a main event. Whereas if it was definitely like Becky versus Ronda, if Becky gets hurt legit, then plans are up in the. Plans are up. Like she gets another concussion or something like that. So yeah,
Triple H.
So that's why. But yeah, so I'm going with Becky.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah. And now for the Universal title weight.
Yeah. All right, so those were our picks for Fastlane. Not a lot going on as far as number of matches and in-depth stuff because this is even more fluff. I mean, the fact that they put so much importance on the Becky match going into WrestleMania is like tells you just how like. Kind of lame this one's not lame but like lame. There's not going to be you're going to further stories, you're not going to create new stories out of this pay-per-view. So yeah, but I've been Big Papa Grump. He's been dying.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm Junior.
And we've been the Board Doom. We will catch you next time.
Sick presenter out.